card, and I got the idea because I found this gorgeous acetate in my stash, and it's really lovely, sort of pre-printed, if you can call it that, with sparkle. This one's got baubles, we've got some snowflakes and some holly leaves, etc. So I thought that would be my inspiration for today's. Okay, so for this card I have got a lovely piece of gold. It's kind of like mirror board, but it's slightly dull and it's textured, so it's really nice effect. And then I've got this beautiful acetate with the baubles on, the gold, and I think that this looks really stylish having the gold on gold, so we're going to do that. I then used my Spellbinders. I haven't shown you this because I'm hoping to get a couple cards done, so I'm not going to show the actual cutting of this, but I cut out this beaded circle, and I cut out the large one, the largest one, and then embossed it, so that's come out like that. And then I'm going to put my sentiment on there. I just thought the round kind of beads kind of went with the round of the baubles, so I thought that might be quite cool. So this should be quite a simple card. We just need to first of all fold our acetate in half and our card in half. Now these are A4, so that's those two folded in half, and then what we're going to do is we're going to stick that one over the top of that to give it like a sleeve. So I'm going to stick it on the back. So I'm going to put a piece of double-sided tape along the back spine. I think the easiest way to do that is to position it with the sticky side up against the fold, like so, and then just fold down onto it. So you can see that sticky bit, but don't worry about that, we're going to cover it as I say. And then I'm just going to get my tool here and just really crease that crease so it's nicely in. Right, so then the piece on the back that's got the tape showing, I've cut an inch strip of the gold, and I'm just going to pop that down on the back, and then just pop this down into position to making sure that it's at the top but not overhanging, and then that covers that up nicely, and it also holds that acetate down quite a lot, and I'm just thinking that it might actually look quite nice on the front as well. See how it kind of flaps at the back because we haven't got any sticky tape holding it down, or the front in this case actually, so I'm going to put a little bit of that double-sided tape on the front piece here as well, and I'm going to put another inch strip along with the gold as well. Okay, so there's that done on both sides now, and I think that just actually gives it a nice finishing look. I am going to be putting some ribbon on, but I still think that looks nice, and it may be actually that I'll change my mind on the ribbon. Anyway, the next thing I want to do is attach my beaded circles. Now we don't need to worry about that showing on the other side because the card is opening like so, so that's going to be fine. And then I've got some nice sentiments here, just some peel off stickers, and they're kind of the shiny gold, so I think that will show up nicely on our little die cut. And then give it a nice firm push, and that's our sentiment. Just going to attach that using some glue gel to our acetate sentiment, the die cut, and pop it on the front. And then you've got all this beautiful acetate showing, so that looks really nice, I think. And then lastly on this one, I'm just going to add some ribbon, I think. I think that might be just a nice finishing touch. I'm just going to add a bit of my double-sided tape across. And then pull my ribbon about there, because that's where my bow's going to go, like so, and the same this end, and then just get my scissors and cut that, and so just snip that about there, and you can barely see the join even now. So then just getting our glue gel, put a blob of the glue gel on there, and pop our bow in position. There we go. Very cute. So that's our card finished. And on to the next one. Okay, so the next card I've got is another piece of that lovely acetate. This time, I don't know if you can see, it's a beautiful kind of snowflake, glittery, snowflakey pattern. And then I've got a sheet of toppers from Hunky Dory and this lovely snowman. And then I also cut out some snowflakes in lovely holographic paper, which I'll show you a bit more closely later, but using my Spellbinders again and this lovely Creator Flake 3. So I assume you could build it up if you wanted to, but I'm probably going to use these individually. So I cut out basically all of those, and this is the size of them. So they're really, really good ones as well, really great. So on this one we're going to do slightly different. We're going to use our acetate as our base card. So the first thing I need to do is score and fold that. You can even sit on the table, so that we can make this again into a A5 card folded in half, and we're going to use that as a card base. This is lovely strong acetate, so it's going to be absolutely fine as our card base. Now when doing a card base of acetate, whether you're doing clear or not, well, if you put a topper on, you have to remember that you're going to see it on the other side. So what I tend to do is put my topper on, and then I will put, because of the glue, I will put another piece on the back. Now you could either put another design, another topper that's the same, which would be quite fun if it opens up and you see another topper inside, or you could use like this holographic paper. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically cut a piece of my holographic paper to size. The first thing I need to do is put this on the front, and I'm going to be using my glue gel to do that because of it being the glitter acetate again. So let's just pop that, whoops, the right way up would be good. Whoa, that was close. Pop that down like that to one side slightly because I'm going to put my sentiment down as well. Okay, so on this sheet we've also got some smaller sentiments here. So we've got Frosty the Snowman, Winter Wonderland, Merry Christmas. I want the Merry Christmas for the inside, so I'm going to keep that for the inside. And one of my little snowman is meant to go on the back of the card to cover up where the sentiment has stuck down, so we can't see it, and so it'll just be a nice little snowman on the back. And then on the front, I think Frosty the Snowman would be a nice sentiment. And then again on the back of that sentiment I'm going to put another little snowman. Okay, so we're going to pop him, Frosty the Snowman, just there. Let's get rid of that out of the way for you for a minute. So just putting some glue gel on there. I'm going to pop that there because we're hoping to put some of my little snowflakes on here as well. So that's that on the front. And then let's do the inside very carefully so it doesn't move. So I'm just going to pop some tape over where the topper is. Okay, now we need to remember that when it opens, it's going to open this way. So if you've got anything that's directional, make sure it's up the right way. So our little snowman needs to be this way up, and make sure it's really well lined up because you don't want it showing through on the other side. That is the advantage of the glue gel, of course, on the other side, is if it's not quite lined up, you can move it. And then our piece of holographic paper. And that's in position. And I just think that looks really, really effective when you open it up. Just looks really pretty as well, so it just gives it an extra nice look. And then keep doing that and then opening it again. And then on the inside, I'm going to pop my Merry Christmas. Okay, then on the inside, we're going to add my Merry Christmas. So again, I'm just going to use my tape for this bit because the inside of the card is smooth. There's no glitter on it, so we can use the tape. That means that we know at least one of our elements is not going to move around. Remember that when you're putting something on the back of this, you need to make sure it's behind one of these because you don't want it, to put it up there and it shows through. Well, you might do if that's your design, but generally speaking, you wouldn't probably want that. So we're going to pop that just over here. like so. And then turning to the back so you can see where it is on the back there. And we're just going to use a small amount of the glue gel. So hopefully, and then remembering again that this card's going to be that way up when they look at it, so we need the snowman the correct way up. And we're just going to pop that on the back. So that looks quite cute on the back as well, so it just finishes it off nicely. Okay. And then we've got our little snowflakes to put on. And these are really pretty. These have come out really nicely. I think they're so pretty. So I think that we can play around with these quite a lot. I don't think we need to worry about them showing through the other side. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Put him down here. Okay, I don't think that looks too bad. Let's pop that like that. Okay, so I'm just going to put the glue gel in the centre. And then that piece. Oh, don't want to cover up the words. Okay. Okay, so that's those stuck down. Okay, then lastly, I just pop this lovely bobble ribbony trim round. It's all on the inside as well. And I just fiddled around to make sure it was kind of hanging the right way. And then I'm just going to very lightly put a small amount of glue gel under the knot. I literally just knotted it, and I'm just going to put the glue gel under that so it holds in place, and a tiny bit along the edge here, just to again to anchor it to make sure it stays where it's supposed to stay rather than wriggling around. And again a tiny bit just up this end, just to make sure it's anchored properly. And then we've got the little loose bits there, which is quite cute. So I think that just looks really nice. And then the last thing I want to do on this is just add a little bit of glitter gel, stickles to the actual snowman. Okay, so just taking the stickles and putting it on the actual snowflake area. Because really you can't get more glittery than this card really. I mean, you just can't overdo it, I don't think, with this one. There's so much glitter and glitz on it already. On my snowman, I am going to put some on him, but I'm just going to do it roughly around these whiter areas, and then I'm going to use my finger and just dab it. So it's not really thick on him or anything like that. So it's just a really delicate, more delicate look on him. Tiny bit in the background. So there's a very glitzy, sparkly, holographic card using that beautiful acetate, and I think that looks so effective. And the last card that we're going to do is using this lovely holly acetate. So I have already taken my A4 gold card, and I had scored it at the A5 point, and then I cut an inch from that score line. So I have created basically an A5 card with an extra inch, and the reason for that is because we're going to add our acetate in. You then need to take that excess card that you had left over and cut another inch that will go over the top to cover that, and we're going to basically sandwich our holly acetate in between. So the next thing that you need to do in order to get it the right size is to cut this to fit the back of this card. So it basically needs to be cut to the A5 size. And the next thing that I want to do, before I sandwich my holly in between, my holly acetate in between here, so it's going to basically stick my acetate on there, and then I'm going to pop this piece on the front to cover that up. But before I do that, what I want to do is to wrap my ribbon around. Now the reason to do that first is that then I can put it both sides and I don't need to knot it or anything, and I can then just hide the workings. I can literally stick it down with tape and hide it in position so that it's got the ribbon on both sides. Okay, so we're going to get this, first of all we're going to get some double-sided tape. Now we don't need too much because, we don't need to worry, I mean, because it's the glitter, because it's going to be mostly tucked in anyway, so it's not going to be a major problem. So just pop that. I'm just going to measure roughly where I need it, so I put my topper in place, so I think it's going to be about there. Put that down, and then do the same on the reverse, which of course now we've got a guide. Like so. Okay, then peel, I'm going to peel the back one off first, and I'm going to pop my ribbon in position like so, and I'm going to come around the front. I'm going to peel that piece off, and I'm actually going to put a little bit extra on the front because I can now see that I can get away with it, so then it will be really nice and secure on that front piece. And then just nice and tight, and making sure it matches up to the back one, fold that and stick it in position as well. And then all I'm going to do next is get my scissors and cut the excess ribbon off. Like so. Okay. And then what you'll see is that when we put that in position there, that that ribbon rather will be completely, all the workings will be completely hidden inside. So next I'm going to, again using our double-sided tape, we're just going to put some pieces down this back spine here. And then I'm going to pop, making sure it's the right way around, important. Pop this in place. I'm actually going to start this side because it's more important to get this edge correct, because this edge is going to be inside anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's slightly off. So I get that in position like so, and then pop that down. Put my double-sided tape on this extra piece here, and I'm just going to pop this in position to seal in all of that mess, making sure it's covering it all like so. And there you can see how effective that looks, and then when you open it you can see it looks just as nice on the inside, and it's going to stand up just fine. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is put our topper on. This is another hunky-dory one, and that's going on there, and I've cut another piece of the gold to go on the reverse so that that covers up that workings. So I'm actually going to do the inside piece first because I'm going to use my tape. So I think we're going to have that about there. Okay, so before I put that front piece on, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my sentiment, and I'm going to make sure that when my card closes it's hidden behind that piece there. Pop that down about there, that should be fine. And that just says wishing you a Merry Christmas. So then we come to the front, and we're going to pop this in place using our glue gel, and then position that like so, and I think that's looking really cool. And then I had just a little finishing touches. I've got this red applique glue. I thought I'd just do it just down this edge here, almost like faux brads. So we're going to work out the middle will be here. So when you do it, just let the drop and then pull away. I'm just going to try and round that one off a bit. Okay, and then I'm going to do one at the top here. one down the bottom. Lastly, I think just a couple in the corners here, just to give some dimension to the ribbon. There we go. And then very much lastly, I'm just going to add a little bit of glitter of the stickles to my tree. So that's that one done. Okay, so that's our final card. So we've made 3 cards today. We've made this gorgeous holly one. We've made this beautiful snowman. I think I have to say this is probably my favourite. And then lastly, this lovely, very classy gold. So I hope you've enjoyed making these cards with me today. I hope you like them. I'd love to hear your comments. And I'll see you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.